I finished filming the other day because people turned up and they wouldn't like to be on camera. So this is where we got to in the end. Still got half to do, but I ran out of plastic. And that raspberry has fallen down. But I've replanted a lot of the raspberries at the back there. They're doing fine. The chickpeas doing fine, and we've got the sweet corn here, which I'm gonna have to lift to put the plastic down. It was really yellow, but since we've had sun for a day or two, it seems to be really liking it, so that's greened up a lot. I did see a magic bean the other day. Oh, there it is. So we have a magic bean. Only one so far, but they've literally only just come out, so I expect there will be more. And then we've got the potatoes on this plot. So eventually I've been thinking this, where the potatoes were, is going to be turned into a strawberry bed, and that's going to be covered in plastic and have strawberries in it. All this is going to be covered in plastic, and in the autumn I'm going to move all the fruits down here, so a lot of the fruit trees, gooseberry bushes, blueberries, that sort of thing will come down here. And that is because we won't need the growing space here, because we might be taking on this plot. So it goes from the path there to that blue butt up there, and up to the fence. So we're thinking of having the chickens at that end, and this will be raised beds. There are some in there, but just gotta wait. The other person has said they want to give it up, and I've said I might take it on, but they want to get their crops out first, which is understandable. So we've got some raised beds. And yeah, I thought about keeping the chickens at this end where the raspberries are, because it is literally just down the path from my first plot. So it's on the main path, and it'll be much easier to get to in the winter, see to the chickens. So we'd literally just walk down this path here. And you can see my shed and polytunnel up there. So let's go and have a look at that. So I got asked the other day if I grew cornflowers on my plot. Well, I did last year by there. And they said thank you. Oh, this is my first plot at the beginning of summer. Those sweet peas are amazing. I'll have to cut all the flowers off, but just look at that. It's just like a sea of green. It's beautiful. Everywhere you look, just, well, apart from the peas, which seem to be dying off a bit. Everything's so green and lush. It's brilliant. So we got some flowers coming up here. You got the Livingstone daisies. Love those. Some petunias. The Misha. That one's the Easter bonnet. And then I've got some snapdragons, and that's the apple blossom. They're really pretty. Then the larkspur, which I grew from seed from last autumn. A random poppy. The peach tree seems to be doing really well now. And well, everything's just doing brilliantly. The lupins, pears on the pear tree. It's all looking fantastic. Needs a bit of weeding, but I think I might have passed the inspection. So I left these flowers on the elderflower just because I wanted to get berries. So I'm hoping these become berries. I can make a cough syrup out of them then. They seem to attract a lot of black fly, but I know it won't hurt that really, and if it keeps it off everything else, that'll be great. And just a look at those sweet peas. They're amazing. I've got some other colours, but they were the ones I planted later, so they'll come out later. I don't know where these ones come from, even among the peas, but they're pretty nice. And we've got low shocker peas. They're nearly ready for picking. The rhubarb looks great again after all that rain. Small blouse shockers and the blue moon rose. They've been looking terrible. They've been coming out, but they looked awful. That one looks a bit weather beaten. Still pretty though. Oh, it looks like one of my apple tree branches has snapped. Oh, it's the top has snapped. And the wind. It's not good. What should I do with that? Ooh. Literally a whole top of the tree snapped off. Is it worth keeping the tree? Will it die? And these are my pots. Looking nice. Let's go and have a look at the beans. There's some more blue moon roses. That's what they kept looking like, because they would just get battered by the rain and look dead as soon as they came out. So here's these sunflowers. These are the ones I first planted, and I think these are the only ones left. They're not going to be very tall. I'm really pleased with these runner beans. And the second lot I planted, doing well as well. And the French beans seem to have come back. Now the slugs have stopped eating them. And the Belotti beans at the back there, doing great. Loads of flowers on those runner beans. Can't wait to start getting beans. Let's have a look on this one. Have I got any yet? Thought that might be a bean, but no. They'll start at the bottom. Nothing yet, but the flowers haven't long come out. The broad beans have got rust. They didn't have it, but I left these in on purpose because the inspection was today, and I didn't want this to look empty and like I was doing nothing with it, so I left the broad beans in, and I'll pick those either this evening or tomorrow. And we've got the onions. They're doing okay. I've covered the blueberries, and the arum lilies still going. Got all the winter veg coming along and the pumpkins in there. We've actually got strawberries now, and the slugs don't seem to be stealing them from me, so I haven't had any white ones yet. These are the white ones. I only had 4. See how those do. And the celery is going to seed, which I'm letting it do, and I'll collect that and plant some more next year. These onions are doing really well. Happy with those. None of them are going to seed yet. These are not the overwintered ones, these are the ones I planted in the spring from set. Slugs at my carrots. This is the only one that was left. One. And these ones seem to have grown some more tops. Now I've got some more seed, so I'm going to plant those. The other day I emptied the compost bin and refilled them. The crazy bit that was by here. And I had some lovely compost underneath, and that soil's particularly good. And I should be able to get into the polytunnel and open it. And we've got the black currants. They're doing nicely. Did have to trim this back because it was doing poorly and it was upsetting this, which seems to have come back nicely. Then we've got the clematis, which is, I think this one's called Amazing something, and that should come out soon. Looks like it'll be a lot stronger than it was in its first year last year, and something's actually growing into the shed. So then we have these, which is fuchsias. They're the trailing ones, and this creeping Jenny, which should trail down there nicely. I did have it on the floor because it's really difficult to water these when they're up here, so I bring them down and water them, and when it's windy I leave them down. But yeah, they were starting to get root. I really didn't want these have grown like literally in the last few days. They were like that, and now they're literally trailing everywhere. I don't want that all over my plot, as well as all the other weeds. So they have had to go up there. The currant bush, I think this one is, that's got black currants, I believe. Yeah, black currants. And then just behind it is the crazy mess that it is my thornless blackberries. And I've got some picking to do. And these ones don't seem to go black. They go this dark red. I didn't know that. Last year I waited for them to go black and they all died. And my tomatoes aren't doing so well outside, but I've actually got my first tomato on this poor little thing. Hopefully it'll fill out and grow up a bit. Then we've got the ochre. This was the red one that I purchased on sale. I think it was only a couple of quid, and I didn't think it would grow because it just didn't do anything for ages, and then all of a sudden there that one is, and this one looked dried up, shriveled and tiny, and that one's growing as well. So I've got 2 red ochres, and then these are the cream ones that we started in the greenhouse earlier on. Random potato. This is where I grew potatoes last year. But I mean, look at it. This ochre's massive. It's great. And then because my sunflowers were doing so poorly, someone gave me these 3. Now they're not in the competition because I didn't grow them, and I think that would be unfair and I would be eliminated anyway. But just so you know, I didn't grow these when These are just given here as they were volunteers. Let's have a look in here. So I've been eating the kale, as you can probably tell. Lots of random potatoes everywhere. Lots of weeding to do, which wasn't here the other day. But sprouts at the back. It's at the crispus ones and the kale. And the flower sprouts are doing amazing in that corner. And the red kale seems to be a lot taller and produce a lot less leaves than the green curly kale. I don't know what's up with that. We'll wait and see. And I've got my outdoor tomatoes, which are looking a bit sickly, to be honest. And my elephant garlic. There's just poppies popping up all over the place. Let's have a look. So this is a perennial cabbage, I think. I think it's called Rebecca and Paul or something. Someone gave that to me. It seems to be doing really well. It's going to be massive apparently. Then we've got the Allotment beans, which I showed you from the other side, but they're doing okay. Then we've got the asparagus peas and sweet corn seems to be producing flowers, well, the seed things, but I didn't think they were supposed to do that yet. I thought they'd be a little bigger than that. I'm not going to get much sweet corn off it if it's going to stay small. Maybe it's my fault because they were planted in twos. I don't know. We'll wait and see what happens with that. I haven't tried the asparagus peas yet. I'll have to grab one or two to see what they're like. And let's make it over this fallen down old bean plant. Let's have a look in here. Oh, what's happening with this tomato? So this one seems to have fallen down. Hang on. Let's get it. Yep. Oh, come on. Out you go. And these weren't this tall. I'm going to have to turn you off. Right, so I don't know what's going on with this tomato, but it's gone wild. I don't know if these are side shoots. Yeah, this is such a big side shoot. I could probably plant that as another plant, which I might do outside because the ones outside are looking bad. And if we're going to have some nice weather, may as well get some of these off and plant it outside. So yeah, these are the later planted ones. They're tiny, but they're still producing tomatoes, which is funny. And over in the back we have the sweet potatoes, just merrily doing their own thing. Let's see if we've got any more tomatoes. Doesn't look like it. On this side seems to be producing them. There. Right. So this is the tomato tunnel, and I've also been trying to get these what do you call them? Dahlias to come back. Everything's coming back apart from the one I wanted, but luckily I took cuttings off that one. So we have the spare kale, which is going to go in this weekend. If you want to see what rust looks like on the broad beans, there you go. It's starting to come on the pods. I'm hoping when you open the pod it'll be fine. So let's go and have a look in the greenhouse. So we've got all the broccoli and stuff in there for the winter, some Romanesco, and my spring onions. Nope. So the other day I said I accidentally washed some courgettes in my pocket, and even though they've been through soap and water, they're looking alright. I think I might be giving a few of these away. Don't think I need quite that many. And these are my winter cabbages. Don't know where that one's gone, but I know I definitely planted it. And we've got the herbs down there, lettuce down there, which needs to go out. Then we've got the greenhouse tomatoes. They seem to be doing okay. I haven't had time to do the side shoots. And if you're not sure what I mean by side shoots, this is the main stem of the tomato. This is a leaf, and this is growing in between the main stem and the leaf, and that is a side shoot. Not to be confused with a flower truss, which is not coming from there, it's just on the stem. So only ones like that. And you can leave them grow big like I did in the greenhouse by accident, and they will, if you plant them, grow an exact copy. And the one I want to do that with is this one, which is the what do you call it? It's a black tomato, indigo rose. It doesn't seem to have any at the moment, so I'm waiting for side shoots on that one so I can get a few more. Hopefully we'll have the weather to be able to do it. Then we've got my avocado. It's in its second year now, and I think I'll leave it in the greenhouse. I left it outside last year and it seemed to burn. Then we've got the watermelon. I think these are the sugar baby ones. There's one behind there, and this is the only one that seems to be doing well, so must be doing something right there. And we've got the cucumbers. It's windy out today, sorry about the noise. So there you can see the cucumbers. I might take that one for my dinner. But the peppers, some of them are doing well, some of them aren't. This is the basket of fire, which seems to be getting some little flowers on it. It's not as big as I thought it would be. And the Cape gooseberries. I love the feel of these plants. They've got the softest, most velvety leaves ever. Perfect for a sensory garden. And you've got these little flowers, and they grow. Oh, see if I can get one for you. These little lantern style things, and when these lanterns go brown, you'll see an orange fruit in the middle. They're green when they're unripe, but they're orange when they're ripe. So I'm hoping I'll have plenty of fruit off that, because they're absolutely gorgeous. And just look at all those cucumbers coming on there. Loads of them. I'm going to be inundated with cucumbers. But I tell you what, the cucumbers that I grow in here, whether they're the big F1 ones, I only grow the female only flowers. So these were the, I can't remember, I'll put it on the screen. These are female only. There should be no male flowers on there, but it looks like there might be. I don't know, I'll have to wait and see. But we've got the lemon cucumber here. Has that got anything on it yet? Yep, there's a little lemon cucumber there, and they are round. So maybe that's got some male flowers on, I'm not sure. Never grown them before. Anyway, oh, this is going to be a long one. Whew. So, oh, these need a water. I have to get my watering can out now. So these are the winter veg. This is my, needs to go outside. That's a osteospermum, and that's some of my giant sunflowers which desperately need a water, and the night scented stock. And there's my peppers, which haven't gone into the polytunnel or greenhouse yet. And these are my nope, I swear the sun's affecting my head. It's so hot in this greenhouse. I can't remember what anything's called. Right, let's finish this up. So we've got quite a few things growing. Everything's coming along nicely. Should be able to start harvesting very soon. Definitely going to be picking the broad beans, and I believe there's some gooseberries on this side that need picking. Might even get some rhubarb, there's quite a lot there. But yeah, everything is doing really, really well. I'm really pleased. Yeah, the weeds are coming up, and it's been raining so much I haven't been able to do much weeding. I've done some, but everything is coming along nicely. Well, from my nice comfy bench in the shade, I'm going to say bye for now, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.